Boy, do we have a treat for you. In response to one of our viewers, we have created 3 meals cooked over the fire, made with rice and noodles, canned meat or freeze-dried with no beans. Come follow us and eat something delicious. Hey Prominent Preppers, I'm Kylene and this is Aiden. He is an up-and-coming prepper and is going to help me respond to @StacyJames7, who requested that we do a video where we share recipes that can't use any fuel. It has to be grid down. She wanted over an open fire and no beans. So no shopping, has to be shelf stable. And she preferred canned meats and rice and noodles. Well, StacyJames7, this video is for you, and that's exactly what Aiden and I are going to do today. So we have 3 recipes for you. We'll be starting number 1 with a chicken and rice, which is always a good plan. Stacy had wanted me to use powdered butter and powdered cheese. That's not actually something that I store. So the recipes that we have, we've kind of tweaked them just a little bit to work. This is 2 cups. It should be 2 cups of water, but I use the liquid on the canned chicken to make up the difference to 2 cups. I know that some people like to throw away that liquid, but for me, especially during hard times, I'm gonna want all of the nutrients that I can get. This might make the recipe a little bit salty. What we're cooking over is a rocket stove. And the reason why we're using a rocket stove is because it uses significantly less fuel. This is just made out of some bricks. If you'd like to click the card in the corner, it'll take you to the video that we created where John actually made this. But anybody can do this and it will help you use significantly less fuel. 2 cups of liquid, we're gonna let that come to a boil and we'll be right back. Now what we're gonna do is we're going to take a cup of rice. When you look at it, you see how it's heaping now. It wasn't like that at the beginning, but I rinsed it. And by the time it was time for the video, well, you can see what happened. So this is probably gonna cook faster than what we had thought. And because we are using our food storage, we don't wanna waste anything. Just like using that juice. It's all in there. So the water was pretty close to boiling. Now we're just gonna let this simmer. Because we're having a fire, we don't want to burn it from the bottom, so we might stir it more often than we would on the stove. Cooking on a fire takes time to learn how to do it and how to manage the fire, so don't ever put this off. Practice now. We'll be back. Okay, we're back, and the rice looks perfect. So now, this is the freeze-dried cheese. Now, StacyJames7, she wanted to use powdered cheese. Totally. You can use powdered cheese. I don't have powdered cheese. I don't have powdered butter. So I use what I have and I like to rotate through what I have. This is freeze-dried cheese and we did add a few teaspoons of water to rehydrate it. And then instead of butter, I'm using olive oil because that's usually what I use in my daily life. We're just gonna give that a quick stir because we want it all to mix together before we dump it in here. And any kind of fat would work, right? If you had bacon grease or it would change the flavor. But olive oil or coconut oil is a really good long-term storage item. Well, okay, none of the fats are really good long-term storage items. All right, we're gonna give that just a quick thing with that. And then, Aiden, I'm gonna have you dump this chicken in. Now, we're using canned chicken because I needed to rotate it. I also have freeze-dried rotisserie chicken that is to die for. I would rehydrate this before I dumped it in. I don't want to overmix the chicken because I like chunks in there. Oh, would you give us a little bit of pepper? Oh yeah, we gotta be bold, gotta be bold. And now here you have it. I'd put the lid on, let it sit for a couple minutes, but you've gone from food storage to a delicious meal. A little bit of cheese, a little bit of chicken. We're all happy, and no beans. And now for the real taste test. Aiden? Good, huh? Okay, and I had these vegetables out here because you could serve them on the side. These are all freeze-dried, but you could rehydrate them, serve them on the side, or rehydrate them and actually put some in. I know John would love peas in this, but he wouldn't want any of the cheese. All right, now for recipe number 2.
Recipe number 2 is a noodle casserole, salty and satisfying.
Because it's got Spam, or my preference, what we did is we rehydrated some little ham chunks here. Well, we've brought 3 cups of water to boil. We have 2 cups of noodles, pasta, any kind of pasta you want. We're gonna stir it in and we'll let it cook for 7 to 10 minutes just until it's done. So we're gonna put the lid back on, but we might wanna put it just a little bit skewed so that it has a little bit of room to, yeah, perfect. As soon as this is done, we're gonna drain most of the liquid off. We're gonna leave just a little bit of water in there, maybe a couple tablespoons for the sauce that we're gonna create. And we'll dump in our reconstituted freeze-dried ham. Now, if you're gonna use Spam, my personal preference would be to saute the Spam first in little chunks, because I think it would taste better that way. And then we're gonna take this cheese, you wanna hang on to that? And just like we did before, this cheese has been rehydrated with a little bit of water. And I don't use the butter powder, but you could totally use butter powder. We're just gonna mix the olive oil in there just so that when I dump it in there, it's already mixed and I don't have to stir it quite as much because we wanna make sure we don't break apart those noodles. All right, you could hear that sizzle, man. And like I said, this recipe actually calls for powdered cheese and powdered butter, but it's kind of a good exercise in using what you have. And I don't buy powdered butter, so I don't have any. All right, Aiden, you get to try it. Tell us what you think. Are you gonna have such a happy lunch today? Yay! All right, off to number 3, we're gonna have a hearty noodle dish with beef. And now it's time for our 3rd recipe, the hearty noodle casserole, which Aiden is going to love because his favorite thing in the world is steak, and this one has beef in it. So let's start by boiling the noodles. We've got 2 cups of noodles in a little bit more than 3 cups of boiling water, and we're just going to let these noodles soften, maybe 7 minutes. You could use any kind of noodles that you want. So these are noodles that we had in our storage. This happened to be linguine, but you could use just about anything else that you wanted. And in this recipe, once again, we have our freeze-dried cheese instead of the powdered cheese. So this is more cheese. It's a 1/2 cup of shredded freeze-dried cheese. It is a little bit less if you're using powdered cheese. Once again, we're gonna use 2 tablespoons of olive oil, but you can totally use powdered butter if you want, or any other kind of fat. Now, this one, it's gonna be more creamy because we have 1/4 cup of powdered milk that we're gonna add to that too. And we could choose, like this is some freeze-dried hamburger that I have in my storage. Totally, this would be great. I just rehydrate it and dump it in. But today we are actually going to do just some roast beef, some canned roast beef. Look at this beautiful liquid that's in here. I think that would taste really, really good. So I'm actually gonna drain this completely. And when we add the roast beef, I'm gonna leave this juice in it because I think it'll taste better. And I know there's some people out there who don't like to use the liquid that comes in canned meats, but I do, especially in an emergency situation. So hang on, we'll be right back when the noodles are done. All right, looks like we are good. The noodles are starting to stick just a little bit, so make sure that we're watching them. So we're gonna drain this, and I'm draining it completely because I'm choosing to use the liquid that is in here for my sauce. So there we go, we've got that. All right, Aiden, you wanna sprinkle that in? We don't want it all in one spot. And you know, you can do this recipe however you want, right? And you use the ingredients that you have. And now, how about the cheese, Aiden? Excellent, excellent. With the rocket stove, you have to manage the fire. You can't just let it go or you'll have issues, right? It'll just burn out really quickly before your meal is done. If you've got bigger logs over a fire, you might not have that same issue, but definitely an issue that you would have here. Okay, this looks really creamy. I'm kind of chopping up some of these chunks of the meat just so that you have more than one in just one little bite. Some of this milk, we probably should have mixed the milk in with the cheese so that it was a little bit more uniform, because you can see a little bit of it. That is looking good. I think we're ready. Aiden, taste it for us. Tell us what you think. Which one do you like best?
This one, because it has beef in it.
I thought that might be the case.
But they're all really good.
All right, we'll be right back. There you go, Stacy James 7. We've created 3 off-grid meals using rice and pasta and canned meats or freeze-dried ingredients that you can make with just food storage over an open fire. We hope this helps the rest of our audience too. I have a problem now. I don't know what I'm going to do with all this food.
Oh, no, you don't need to worry. It'll be gone in the next 3 days.
3 days or 3 hours?
I don't know. I can't count.
And now for the question of the day. What are your favorite food storage recipes that you could make over an open fire and make taste delicious? I'm sure we've got lots of experts out there. So comment below, share your recipes, and help us make the world a tastier place, even when we have challenging times. Hey, thanks for being part of the solution, and thanks to Aiden for eating all this stuff.